Mallets, all right? So you can go set the mallets down. The first thing I want to talk about is we're going to talk about good, proper suspended cymbal roll. And yeah, I'm going to borrow mallets here. All right? So if we can gather around the suspended cymbal here, I know it's kind of tight. All right, so suspended cymbal roll. Where do we want, on the cymbal do we want to play? Very edges, all right? Now, I personally, and there's a lot of different things out there, you have to find what works best for you. What works best for me, if you think of it like a clock, right? If 12 o'clock for me is over here, so for you guys 12 o'clock here, I like to think about 8 o'clock and 5 o'clock or something like that. So if I'm playing at my direction of the clock, right here. Now, the biggest mistake I always see with people playing suspended cymbal is they play it too fast. We don't need to. The cymbal, here you might hear it, but honestly you can go this slow. And when you're standing right here, you can kind of hear each little contact point, but when you get out there, you're not going to hear it at all. So what we're going to do is I want to have everyone do it as well. We're just going to do a 4 count, really slow crescendo like this. So this is my tempo. We're going to go 1, 2. And how loud do you think that was about?
Mezzo forte.
Mezzo forte, yeah, that's kind of about the thing. We're not going to go to a full forte. Obviously we can, and obviously every roll you have depends on what the band's playing. If there's a flute and an oboe playing, you have to do a suspended cymbal roll, and it says mezzo forte, it's probably only going to be about. So we can go through, have everyone, just a 4 count suspended cymbal roll. Make sure you're getting as close to the edge, you should almost fall off. We go 1, 2, ready. Go all the way to 1, but that's the right idea. We go next. We go 1, 2, ready, and. Yeah, you can even relax your hands a little bit. And, I mean, it should be the same as playing mallet, snare. You know, we have that nice, relaxed wrist motion. So let's do one more. Just think about, just kind of relax your wrist a bit. Don't be this tense. 1, 2, 4 counts. Go. And obviously, too, we want to think of phrasing. Where's the loudest point going to be? One on the next beat, right? Boom. And with this cymbal roll, too, I like to, normal crescendos is written like this, right? I like to think of them as like this. Get louder at the end. So kind of save it for the end so we don't spoil something. So we'll have the next. 1, 2, ready. Right. 1, 2, ready. You can even slow down your speed just a little bit. Now, obviously, as we get faster, you do have to put a little more into it, maybe a little bit faster. But try doing it again this time and just do a little bit slower. Ready? And. That's some pretty good suspended cymbal sounds. Now, crash cymbal. Do we put our hands in the straps when we play? Like this? No, right? The best way I can describe playing is I like to think, make a little plus, everyone do this, make a little plus with your index finger and your thumb, right? Yeah, hold it like that. You have that little pincher. I like to take that little pincher, pinch right there on the cymbal. And that's going to be my fulcrum. The idea is you want to have as little touching the cymbal as possible. Now, obviously, when you do this with your bottom hand, you're going to have to hold a little more. I mean, if you look at my bottom hand, yeah, I have a full knuckle about on there. But that's about as much as you want, because the more you touch the cymbals, the more it's going to kill the sound. All right? So I've got my cymbals. Now, I don't know, have they defined kind of how they want you to crash? Is it kind of this way? Not really? What I like to do, I like to have it at a 45-degree angle, kind of out from my body, and I put the other cymbal on top. Now, here's kind of thing, do you want to crash it directly on, or do you want to have it slightly off? Slightly off, right? Because otherwise we get that nice little suction sound, right? I like to think of it, you want a little crescent, right? It's kind of like the moon. A little crescent there, and do we want to come directly down, or do we want to kind of flam it, right? So we have this nice setup here, and I like to think of kind of dropping it down, right? Come up. All right, so let's go through it. Let's have everyone do just a crash, a nice mezzo forte crash, nothing too loud. Do you want to start this time? All right, so you got the pinches. All right, you have a little angle. Yeah. You can think of, you know, you can come across if you want. I like to, but that works. Yeah, like I said, a lot of it is find what works for you. Find what makes the best sound. All right, you go Nick. Sometimes these are just put them back in the cradle and here. Put it back in the cradle first. Yeah, I would even turn them and do the pinch. So make that little plus like we were talking about, right? And come in from, but not from the other. Yeah, like that. There you go. And like I said, think about changing the angle of this one slightly so it hits there, and then comes down and hits the bottom one. So you want to go boom. Yeah, like that. And so, you know, from like I said, with the suspense cymbal, we could hear every hit I was making. Here you can hear pa-dum. Out there, you can hear pa-dum. You just hear crash. All right. So do one more. That's kind of the sound of it. We do one more. Or next. Yeah, just put it back in the cradle. Again, remember we want to keep that little pinch, that little. Don't think about grabbing from this way. Think about coming from directly on top of it. Yeah, like this. There you go. Yeah. So you want your almost like your thumb is pointing directly into the bell. The cymbal. All right. Put one. You want one at an angle. The other one there. Yep. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Yeah, and like I said, you know, from the three of us, we've all done something just slightly different, but they've all produced that nice sound we want. So just do one more. Yeah, now you kind of hit the pocket there a little bit, right? So yeah. All right, let's do one more. Which time?
You're good.
One more for me.
Oh no, okay. Next. Yeah, maybe a little less of a flam, and you can hold it out a little. You can. I like to hold them a little lower. You don't have to hold them up here. Yeah. Yeah, that's really the right idea. This hand can come up. Think about having your thumb point directly down. Yeah, like that. So you're pinching it right on top. Now, if you try to just a little bit louder of a crash, think about going into the cymbal a little more than, because that's the other thing too, is that, yeah, good. That was much better sounding. All right, so you have to think about, you know, it's a contact instrument, right? We have to pop in order to get it to go. All right,
We're good. We're good.
All right.